Alright. Let's see what's going on. Mic check 212, mic check 212. I'm gonna make sure that sounds good. Get rid of all that. Alright. Here we go. Sounds good. Alright, Grand Rising, everybody. Grand Rising. It's your boy ABK, and thank you for checking out another one of my intraday day trade analysis from the next wave. I appreciate y'all for hopping on. So let's go ahead and hop right into it, right? So DXY. I was mentioning for the DXY on Sunday that, hey, I wanted to see the DXY push down over to this fib zone after going bullish on this buy box. Still feel the exact same way. Nothing has really changed for me. I would rather get into buy opportunities down here than up over here, because right now this just looks like a break and retest at this moment, and this is what probably some traders are looking at. It's like, oh, this is just like a break and retest of this zone right here. Because if you look to the left, then you can see that, oh, there's all this pricing, what that price failed to go bullish on, and that's where it's retesting currently. If you push it even more further to the left, then you can see zones that has been respected as well in the lower time frames. But again, that's all on the lower time frame, so I don't really necessarily. That's not what I'm really looking for, you know. Rather, I'm looking for this higher time frame pullback. That's what I'm really sitting here waiting for. I'm waiting for the higher time frame pullback. Right now, price is respecting though this 50 EMA. So if it holds this 50 EMA, it's probably just gonna keep going bullish. But overall, like I said, nothing's really changed for me when it comes to, oh, I want 93.671 or 93.570 to get hit, because again, from this bullish move, I want the retracement for the continuation before I look to buy it. I don't want to buy it at this level right here, because I know the possibility of price continuing to come back down exists, you know. The bull flag still is looking very much functional. Price has not came to the top nor the bottom of this flag, so just being patient with the DXY at this point. Let me go ahead and set an alert on these. Alright, so I have my alert set on the DXY, and you know, like I said, nothing's changed for me. Still feel the exact same way. If price falls down, then I'm looking to buy it, but it doesn't look like that might be happening, quite honestly. If I go on over to the smaller time frames, even I mean, I could see that from this bull move right here, not from down here, I'm talking about from right here, that could be the retracement that like here, like this right, from this right here, that could be where price is going bullish from. But I'm not playing that play. I'm not gonna play it. I'd rather wait. If price does end up dropping, it just comes down here. Remember, it's NFP week, so you want to be careful. I'd rather prices drop down here and then go bullish, rather than try to just go bullish from here. So I'm gonna wait regardless, but overall I'm bullish on DXY. That's not gonna change for me. Gonna go over to arbitrage. Yeah, arbitrage, even same thing, guys. Like, setup is here. I had mentioned this to the those in next wave. It looks like price is gonna end up selling. So if price ends up dropping, I do expect that my areas to get hit still. Like, nothing's changed for me. I'm actually happy that I woke up and I saw pricing like this, because now I'm probably going to be looking for EU buys until later on in the week a little bit. I do see 4 hour. It is rejecting right here, so that's something that you definitely want to watch out for. But it is also rejecting at the upper danger zone right here. Or it's currently at the upper danger zone. It rejected last candle, but price can very well just take off this morning. So we'll see what happens with on the DXY. Not necessarily. I'm not bearish on DXY on the daily time frame, not yet at least. But it definitely can play out, and the weekly time frame is just beyond bullish. So I would want this to play out, no cap, because I mean, if I line it up, if I draw out the fib, you'll see how this lines up perfectly, because I would take profit down at 93.553 from this low to this high. You see how price comes perfectly into that fib zone? That's what I would love to see. That's what I would absolutely love to see on the DXY. So yeah, I'm still bearish until the likes of 93.554 and stuff like that on the DXY. Not sure if I'm gonna play the sell or if I'll just wait for the buy to play out. So vice versa on Euro USD. I had talked about this yesterday on the analysis that I did. So we got the push to the downside, fake out, then the breakout, the retest. I want price to come up to 1.16500 and then continue to the downside. 1.16500, it has not changed for me. That is what I'm looking for. Nothing. Okay, I already got my alert there. 1 hour time frame. Yeah, I already got my alert on there. Nothing's really changed for me in that aspect. But again, I do know that if I'm really starting from, like, let's just say from where this bearish move happened, price can be like holding at this level, or even if you want to come over here to where like the real breakout began, you can see that price came into that fib zone, is rejecting off of it. I don't necessarily care for how it looks for a buy right now. I mean for a sell right now. I'd rather wait for 1.16500 then sell it, because if I try to sell it and then my trade goes against me, then it's just gonna stop me out and then end up falling. So I'd rather just wait for 1.16500 or not get in the trade at all for me to play this out. Because overall, again, I'm just gonna point out to what the entry is, and I had pointed this out on the analysis yesterday, and I did it on Sunday. But 1.16471, that's the area where I'm looking for, or 1.16500 overall. That's why I'm looking for price to get in close to that area for me to sell. You know. So again, that's just what I'm seeing on EU. So still waiting for this to get hit. Arbitrage, same thing, guys. If you look on the 1 hour time frame, it was the opposite thing, guys. If you look on the 1 hour time frame, let me get rid of this line right here. Although actually it's very crucial. It's a very crucial zone. But yeah, it's calling for the buys. It's over the RSI line. Arbitrage users, I'm not necessarily against buying this. I'm not against buying this at all, because it'll be buying into my entry that I'll be looking for a sell, quite honestly. So if I were to play this is probably how I would play it. Put my stop loss right there. It'd be something like this. Yeah, literally. It'd be literally something like this. But I would probably want my stop loss slightly lower. But even this, I don't necessarily like the play. I like it because price is over the RSI line, and the level pro is right at ground zero. The arbitrage Z, this right here, is below ground zero. That green line, this green line right here, that's ground zero. So these are things that are telling me that this price can still go bearish, and EU really is bearish. It just has that retracement that it has to play out. So again, this is something that I would say is it's not a bad idea to buy it, but I'm looking for the sell more than the buy. So if you're gonna play this out, be careful. I'd probably end up saying something like, if price breaks out and holds under 1.15750, then you might be holding that L type of thing. But I still like the retracement overall. Let me look at the 2-hour time frame real quick. Let me see what it's saying. It's bearish and it's just pulling back from that. The 4-hour time frame, it's also just reject. Never mind. Don't try to play this. I wouldn't recommend it. You know, I'm gonna leave it up just to see how it plays out, but I'm not getting into this. You know, I'd rather wait for the retracement for me to get into the buy rather than try to play this out. You know, that's just me. So you can play it. It looks pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie, but I would just rather sell it from up here than buy it from down here. Okay, so AUD USD. Ooh, this hits hardcore. Alright, so this is a trade that I had talked about yesterday on live analysis that I did for DeFi domination. And yeah, this was just an amazing trade. Breakout, retest, continuation. You guys already know how I usually do, and I've been waiting for this sell to happen. I thought it was going to happen yesterday. Price ended up stopping me out at break even, but I got back in. I'm like, nah, price, I feel like it's still going to end up falling, because I knew that the possibility, and I'll show you right here, from this high to this low, that price can do this retracement. Breakout, retest, continuation. There was news. I had no idea that there was news, but price ended up going to work. You know, it hit my take profit 3. I'm out the market basically. Like, I'll take my 70. Yeah. I'll take my 70 pips right there. Risk to reward 701 to 705. That's wild, right? But I'm more than happy with that. Now, what I'm going to be waiting for, and actually, let me copy this, and I'm gonna actually need to keep this. Sorry, y'all. Okay. So this is where I ended up taking my profits at, but the take profit, and where I really do expect price to reach is 0.74434. Boom, boom, boom. This was solid. This was a very solid sell. And yeah, once price ends up stopping wherever it stops at, which I believe might be at the 61.8. Who knows? It could stop at this. It could very much stop at this negative 38.2 extension. But if it stops at that, if it stops right here, then what I'm going to be looking for is basically for price to come right back up and get me back in there like swimwear. It's either going to do something like this, where I'm going to now have this alert here at the 71%. What the heck? Why is that off? I don't know. Alright, so where it's going to be either coming up to 0.75265, I have an alert set there, or what it's going to do is from this drop, it's going to come up over here to like 0.75094. So that's something to definitely watch out for. Hold up, give me a second actually. Where's my other phone now? I just noticed a trade that I was in that I woke up and I wasn't in it anymore. Oh, yeah, take profit. There you go. Boom. Nice, nice. Makes sense. Alright, let's go Ripple. Nice. Anyways, so yeah, this is what I'm either expecting price to go up to 0.75269 or 0.75100. Those are the in either one of those entries, they look solid for a retracement, then a continuation play for 80 USD, I do definitely like these sell opportunities. Daily time frame, if you go look at the daily time frame candlestick, let me go ahead and hide this. I like that bearish engulfing candle. So again, wherever price stops at, I'd want price to do a retracement before I try to get into a sell. Maybe it's gonna stop here. Again, maybe it's gonna stop at that extension that I had mentioned. But overall, I'm loving these sells for a swing, for swings. And I remember Nishan, I remember he talked about this if he's checking this out, where he's saying that, oh, well, this just looks like, well, after this, the drop, it just looks like an opportunity for me to sell it. And I was like, oh, are you talking about for short term or long term? He's like, no, long term. And absolutely, I've been looking for this at this sell box for a minute, and I'm like, yo, this thing, it looks like it's going to fall. And so finally we got that play. Just need the retracement, and then we are good. But if you took the sell yesterday, on Sunday, then you would be in profit. You would have been profitable. You would have been able to take some profits off of that TP1, and then price just continuing to the downside, like right here. This play was very, very amazing. So yeah, let's see what happens overall. Again, price could definitely come to this 0.74439, which is the negative 61.8 extension, but that's not what I'm betting on. All right, that's not what I'm betting on. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this here. Then I'm gonna also remove this real quick. I want to remove that zone because I know that zone's there. Like, I don't know why I even have it drawn out anymore. Don't need it. I'm gonna duplicate this, and then I'm gonna put this up here as well, because I know that one of these two can get hit. So what I'm probably gonna do is either A, wait and see what price is gonna do at 0.75100 and then get in, or B, just get in there and then also set a sell limit up at 0.75261. Whichever one happens first, I am bearish. I now am bearish. Like, I'm very much bearish on 80 USD for the short term. So swing, I forgot to mention the swing. For the swing traders who are still in this long sell, oh well, that was the trade that I was talking about that got hit at break even, that came in at TP1. But that's not what I was speaking on. Where is it? That's the swing buy. Where's the swing sell at? There it is. So the swing sell just got put back into profit after how many? After a week of this consolidating and all that, the swing buy has finally came into entry. And again, this is a 168 pip swing. The risk reward is very high. And again, I expect this thing to fall to the ground. So if you are in the swing sell, or if you're trying to get into a swing sell, either A, wait for that retracement, or B, this entry right here looks amazing. But overall, I feel like this can swing to the downside. Even if it comes down to 0.72279, I feel like that's a major possibility in the next coming week or two. Okay, so that's for 80 USD. I'm gonna go ahead and jump on over here to arbitrage. So 1 hour time frame, it was consolidating. I was mentioning that I didn't like the way how the 1 hour was looking. 4 hour time frame, oh well, this already played out. Like, I was waiting for this to happen, the breakout, retest, and continuation to the downside. That's already played out. It's already basically at where I would have taken my profits at, or majority of my profits at. So that's another thing. Very much still bullish on the daily time frame. So, but yeah, so overall, 80 USD. If you've been paying attention to my analysis, then you could have possibly gone in that sell, realistically. But other than that, if you weren't on the Zoom call yesterday when I was on Zoom, on DeFi domination, then definitely that's where we caught that sell, and I did it live and direct. It was nice. Okay, UCHF. UCHF really came and stalked me out of my trade just to go bullish. And you know, it does happen like that. That's what my strategy. That's what my strategy is, right? It's either one of two things. Either A, I'm gonna get stopped out and price goes back to my entry and goes where I was initially planning on it going, or B, it continues to fall. And whatever happens, I have to understand that that's just my strategy that I have. That getting stopped out is always a possibility. Now, let me point out to you why that I think that this is where I get stopped out and price is going to probably end up taking off. You know how I had this fib play set out from this low to this high? When I draw it into support, what does this just look like to you? It looks like liquidity just got grabbed, right? It looks like price just came and took out equal lows right there. That's what it looks like. It just looks like it just took out those equal lows right there, and it's gonna take off. Also, and let me actually put that back. If you look at from this bullish move, from where price really started to go bullish, from this low to this high, you can see that price just rejected off of that 78.6. And now it's currently at that 71%. UJ is in a very similar situation. So that's another thing. Overall, from this sell that I was mentioning that I was afraid, that was obviously the play to try to get into the sell anywhere in between here. Price ended up dropping very nicely. It could still drop a little bit more, but you know, I was trying to get a swing off of UCHF, and I still have this nagging feeling. It's not nagging, but I still have this feeling that the DXY is not going to. Let me get rid of all these right here, because all those do not matter. Okay. I still have this nagging feeling that the DXY is not going to indeed go bullish. Go bearish where it's at. I feel like it's just gonna keep going bullish. So, but one thing that I'm going to see is maybe trying to catch this swing trade as well. I know I just took a loss on UCHF. I know I just took the loss, but I feel like I just got, like, the equal lows just got nabbed and price is gonna end up taking off. That's exactly how I feel. If I go into the daily time frame, this is kind of justified. Kind of, like I said. From right here, from the bullish move, the retracement doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look that terrible. There is these bearish candles that are like there, so that's something to watch out for. But I'm looking for buys here. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna hold anybody. I'm looking for buys, and it's a swing. It's a swing buy, right? I know that my first swing, it wasn't the right play, but I was already hesitant on it on so many different levels. I was just in there because I'm like, let's see what happens, because the DXY is going bullish, right? So again, I still feel the exact same sentiment of, I'm bullish on UCHF, right? I do know the powers that be. It could. Let me see what right under here would be. I know that the powers could be with the powers that be, they could definitely just be like, oh well, what about if I'm gonna come down here to these equal lows, or to these lows, where price comes to 0.90540. My stop loss would be at 0.90108 for this buy if I get into it right now, and I have the possibility of getting wicked out before the trade goes my way as well. So, but again, those are just risks that I have to take. So, like I said, this UCHF buy where price is currently at, it doesn't look terrible. However, what I would suggest doing and it's for the swing buy too, so that's another thing, is if you're gonna buy, I would rather you wait for price to do something like this, where it broke out to the upside, retraced to the 78.6, then went bullish, because that's exactly what happened here. Boom. Broke broke out, retrace, continue to the upside, hit that 61.8 extension. That's actually really nice. So yeah, I would want to see something like that very similarly for an entry for me to get into a buy this morning. That would be the best opportunity. So something like that. That's what I would want to see this morning in order for me to get into a long-term swing buy. And you don't even have to get into the swing buy for this play. What you can easily do is just wait for price to come down to 0.9100, get into the buy, and you could take it up to 0.91600. You don't need to get into a swing buy. Like, this is the intraday opportunity that I'm seeing personally. Because honestly speaking, if price does come into this entry, I would probably end up trying to do something like this where I'll get in here, and that would be my swing entry, and then my stop loss would be exactly where it's at, and then I just take price like super high, like, and I hold it for a swing trade, because I really do like this idea for a buy on UCHF. And the reason why I feel like I like this buy on UCHF is because USDJPY is kind of doing the same thing for me. Oh, I put 2 Ds. USDJPY, I had mentioned yesterday that I wanted to see buys on it when it came down here. Came down here pretty fast. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait. Came to the 78.6 and rejected off of it. And again, it looks the same as what UCHF is looking like. So if on the 15-minute time frame, UJ can do basically the same thing, where it just retraces and then goes bullish. That's the same vibes I'm feeling with UCHF. So, and it looks like that's exactly what price is doing. So on and I'm sorry for bouncing, just because I have to use the restroom and I'm on my yoga ball. But this price, UJ overall, I was saying yesterday that this looks like a bull flag. The only time that I would really say that this is bearish is if it breaks out through these equal lows and holds under. But as of right now, price is currently at my swing buy area, and I'm really looking to take UJ to the upside. Quite honestly, it's been very bullish, very bullish. So yeah, very bullish. So I'm looking for buys on UJ right where price is at currently. Let me go ahead and set this trade up, and then I'll be right back because I gotta use this restroom. I was waiting for it and I like it. So if I get stopped out, I don't know the reason why, because of those equal lows. But yeah, I'll be right back, y'all. All right. So yeah, like I was saying, UJ, I'm getting into this buy. I'm gonna play it out, see where price takes me. Again, only way that I'm really gonna start feeling that UJ is bearish is if it breaks through this bear flag and breaks through these equal lows. That's when I'm really gonna be like, okay, now I would say that this is bearish. But until then, I'm bullish on it because I'm still bullish on the DXY. Still very much bullish on the DXY. So I like these buys on UJ. So we'll see how this plays out. It's 153 pips, so I'll say that's a swing for sure. Just wanted to check that out. So let me check out arbitrage on it before I go on over to back onto arbitrage on UCHF, because I haven't done that quite yet. 1 hour time frame, it called for the sell. This played out so nicely for this sell, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, overall I'm looking for buys on UJ. Still very much bullish. I want to see what it looks like on the weekly. Very, very bullish on the weekly. Oh, this actually makes me not kind of want to buy it, the way how bullish this is. But I was saying, there's these equal highs that you can easily see. I'm just going to show it here. Hide indicators. There's just this equal highs that you could obviously see. It's so obvious. I just feel like that those equal highs are going to get ran through. So yeah, let's see what happens with UJ, but it's very bullish on the weekly time frame too, so it's kind of actually scary to try to keep selling it. I mean, to try to keep buying it, but as of right now, the way how this is looking, yeah, I like the buys. So there's that with UJ. UCHF, again, I'd rather buy it down at 0.90983. But price can definitely go bullish here for the swing. But I would say my stop loss would be at 0.90108 for the swing. Or you could try to play this intraday move right here, and then that end up being your swing entry type of thing. Alright. USDMXN. It's gone up and hit my TP2 from this trade. I mean, I don't have much to say except for that we have to be careful with these equal highs. I just feel like price is just going to continue going bullish. And remember how like we even gone into this trade, it was like, okay, price was consolidating in between these zones. Buy box when price went bullish, price was holding at this buy box down here, then continue going bullish. I like the continuation play overall. Like, I'm not gonna try to say that, oh, try to get into a buy or anything, but I like the overall buy play on this. So I'm not going to talk much on it. And even based off of arbitrage, like I was talking about this weekly play for weeks on weeks until it finally broke out, retested, came to my zone, pulled the trigger, boom. The price is going crazy. So that target of 1,113 very much still exists for USD Mexican. Okay, let's take a look at Mr. Goldilocks. Okay, good. Gold. I still want gold to come up to the. I mean, I don't think it's gonna happen at this point anymore. But gold going up to the prices of 1,800 and then falling was what I was looking for. Mostly, I was looking for that to play out. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. Sorry, I was trying to close a trade real quick. It doesn't look like it's going to happen as of this 4-hour candle. Going on to the 1 hour time frame, same thing. It doesn't look like it's going to. It looks like it just kind of made a double top, an M right here, and then it could end up falling for sure. So if it does fall, then that's cool. I mean, I have an entry up here at 1795, but I would rather price come up to 1800 so I can get my other entry as well. So we'll see what happens overall with gold. All I'm saying is, if you get into any trade, I do not expect 1815 to get hit. 1815 is up here. No matter what trade you get into, I would suggest that if you're placing a stop loss, place it above those highs, because I don't think that that's going to get ran through. So nothing's really changed for me on gold. If anybody bought from when I had said that, oh, I'm looking for a price to retrace, then hey, you got some money, taking gold to the upside. I wasn't able to get an entry down over here. But yeah, there you have it with gold. Same, like nothing's changed since Sunday. Price come up, now I wanted to push to the downside. So if you need to know what the analysis on gold was on Sunday, then just check out the weekly analysis that I did. 4-hour time frame, very much looking like it's gonna call for a sell on the 4-hour. Arbitrage users, I like this 4-hour right here. The low approach just came down under. It is currently holding at this mean line, but the price is currently under the RSI line. I like the sell on the 4-hour. 1-hour time frame, I mean, if it breaks through these lows, then it definitely is probably going to call for a sell. So, hey, a lot of confluences for the downside. I like it. So let's keep selling. How about that, gold? All right. So that's what gold. Pretty easy analysis on gold. S&P. Oof. Oof. This is what I was mentioning the other day. Yesterday I was like, I'd rather see this on S&P for a safer sell. Hold on, I want to see what arbitrage looks like. Okay, good. This was something that I mentioned yesterday, so I'll talk about it this morning. Good, awesome. So I'm glad I didn't get into this, because from this high to this low, the retracement price is at the 61.8. You already know what it do for me. I'd rather get in at 4619 for that fib, for that 71% fib. This is extremely bullish. This looks like a break and retest type of play, but overall, I like how the bears came in. I want price to come into 4619 for then the possibility of price to drop down to 4576, retrace and then drop again or something like that. But we have to remember that S&P has made these all-time highs, so it's either A, gonna keep making all-time highs, or B is gonna fall. But I like personally 71% rather than what price is at. That's a how many point difference. That's a 3-point difference, which is 30 pips basically. That's a 3-point difference, 30 pips difference. And like, you know, opening bell hasn't happened yet. Opening bell is going to be the next couple of minutes, so I like the sells. I personally like the sells. Arbitrage is also lining up with sells at the same time, so that's another reason why I do like these sells. So I'm gonna go ahead. I still want to see this. I want to definitely see that, but this is definitely hardcore counter trend trade. But it's a trade that I'm like, hey, I actually like the risk to reward, because the risk to reward will look like something like this. Those equal highs. So that's a 1 to 3.6, and if you take it at current price, if you take the sell at current price, then it drops from a 1 to 3.6 to a 1 to 2.54, which is still good. You're still making 1.5 times more than what you risked. So that's still a good play for me. So overall, I like the sell idea. I know Payton was talking about he wants to look for the sell as well. If I go on over to arbitrage, you guys can see on that 1 hour, this is what I had showed arbitrage users. I was like, hey, price retracing to the upside and then falling looks like a good idea. Price is currently up a little higher than my entry than I had. I never got in because I'm just looking at this right now. But again, I like this sell. There's a lot of plays. Here, guys. So if you watch this analysis thoroughly, you can get a lot of plays. I like the risk to reward right here. But again, the risk to reward of how I had it earlier, if price went up a little higher, it'll be better than this. But overall, the trade looks awesome. The trade looks definitely awesome. So 4-hour time frame, daily, all that stuff is definitely still bullish. So don't even consider looking at those. So this is a heavy counter trend trade, but it's a possibility that I like for the sell. Same thing had happened here. I would say that, oh, wait for the retracement, then price pushed to the downside. It went a little higher than expected, but I think this has hit the 71% fib that I wanted S&P to do. Yeah, it's coming it actually did hit that 71% and left the wick. Perfect. So US 30, if price comes back up there, get into that sell, or even if it doesn't, why not try to get into it? Why not try to get into the sell right now? You know, I like the risk to reward. It's a 1 to 4 basically. A 1 to 3.95 is basically a 1 to 4 in my eyes. If you move it to where actually price is at, it goes to a 1 to 3.6. I mean, yeah, a 1 to 3.3. But most likely, I'll be getting the entry that's at 35946.5 because, I mean, I'm not on my phone right now. You get placing plays. So, I like those. Dang, there's a lot of this UCHF. Yeah, I don't think UCHF is going to drop down. Euro USD, I'm not in it. I don't know why it's on, but so yeah, that's what I have for the Dow Jones and all those. I like them. Bitcoin, baby. All right, bitty Bitcoin. I had talked about Bitcoin, and I was saying how it's basically over for me because it's already gone and hit an area where I wanted to buy at right there. So the price looks like it's just taking off. All-time highs, I feel like they might be incoming shortly. I wanted price to drop down to 58426 before going bullish. It never did that. It is holding at this zone, and I do like what Peyton was saying yesterday, that hey, what price could ultimately do before going bullish is that it could definitely come down to these swings. Definitely come down to the likes of like 47K and then boom, take off to like 83K or something like that. If that's what he was saying, I would have to go and take a look back at it because I was only hearing what he was saying. I wasn't watching it because I was busy at the time. But he had said something about price falling and then going bullish. 47K or 50K. I feel like it was the 50K because he said that the 61.8 for the cryptos are nice. I remember him saying that very clearly. So yeah, I like the idea of either A, price coming down to like 50K and then bouncing right back up, or B, price just taking off from here. Like whichever one happens, I'm totally fine with that. There is this zone that price is at. There's equal highs that you got to watch out for possibly. So watch for this. And the reason why I have a zone up here is because from the all-time highs to where price had dropped, it's close to that 78.6. To that 71%. I think right here is what I had it at first. Yeah, from these lows, it was close to that 71%. So now I gotta move it here. If price does climb up and takes this out and then drops again, that 50K looks very good. That 50K looks pretty awesome. So, but the way how the candles are looking, I feel like this is just gonna keep going bullish. So don't mind. Sorry, I had to put that volume down a little bit. So don't mind the sell. I'd rather, if price just gets up there then it drops, this buy box, I'm no longer going to be looking for this. But I'm so upset that this buy, I don't know if, I mean, I know that there's a lot of people that saw what I was talking about when I said that, oh, this price, when it came down, price didn't even give me a chance because I deliberated on it on Sunday. So yeah, let's see what happens with Bitcoin though. I overall wanted price to come down then go bullish before, but it's gone bullish already, so it's okay. I'm gonna let things play out. Either A is gonna just take out these equal highs, come up to 64,000 and then fall, or B, all-time highs are loading. which all-time highs are loading, then that's solid. Ripple, I was saying the same thing, how I wanted price to drop down before going bullish. Doesn't look like it's going to do that, although this has been consolidating. I like how it's holding above this zone. I love how it's been holding above this zone. It's been consolidating though, so there's really no play here on Ripple, except I think that it's just going to eventually break out to the upside. That's the play in my eyes. And Ethereum, I mean, I was saying basically the same thing, that I wanted to see it come down to 4,061 before going bullish, and never did that. Price is back up at all-time highs. Yeah, I think Ethereum is just going to keep going at this point. Man, these cryptos are not slowing down, and they're not letting up, and I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Okay. So that's for Ethereum. GBP USD. Who's still in this cell? Who is still in this cell? I'm over here just talking mad mess. Overall, I like the cell. The cell is still looking very much to me. Basically 200 pips off of that cell. If you're still in that, let's get it. So overall though, what I was saying, I still want to see price come up to like 1.37600. So I'm gonna actually mark that down. 1.376. I want to see price get to that pricing and then fall to the downside. Nothing's really changed except that price has been consolidating and it's just looking like it's making a falling wedge. But yeah, I overall want price to still do exactly this. Still do the exact same play, because TP2 is very far away, but again, it's a swing / position trade, so I don't blame y'all. I like the sell. I just want price to go back up to 1.37600, and then we could talk about getting back into another sell. Until then, I have nothing. I have nothing for GU and them. The buy play looks like it might be starting to come out. So, I mean, I like this. Arbitrage users, wait for the breakout, retest continuation. I'm going to set out my alert for this because I do like this play for a potential buy. Long, once per bar close, create. I like this play right here for sure. On the 1 hour, 4 hour time frame, very bearish. Daily time frame, still it's holding under the RSI line currently. But the weekly time frame, you guys know I've been talking about it, how I'm like, oh, this I still expect it to fall. Those arbitrage traders, if you're still in this weekly sell, where is it? Oh wow, I have no idea where it's at. I don't know if I deleted it or something or whatever, but anyways, weekly time frame, I still expect this to keep falling. Like honestly, like this was the entry that price the swing buy was at 1.38670 or something like that, 1.386 I think. But yeah, I do expect this to still like come down to at least 1.3200 in the next coming weeks. Like if it's not in the next 2 or 3 weeks, like maybe in the next month, I do still want to see GU fall. GBP AUD must be starting to go bullish. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Not again. No, I'm joking. GA, man, this is basically what I wanted to see. I wanted to see the breakout happen right here. I like that it broke the structure. I would love for it to go a little bit higher so it could break these structures, because ultimately I would have to look for this. Peyton was saying that he's not looking for buys right now, but he wasn't looking for sells because price had been dropping for so long, and I agreed with that 100%. I liked that he said that. So I mean, overall, wait for wherever this stops at, the retracement. That's where I'm going to be looking for the buy. It's kind of like the opposite of AUD USD. AUD USD, y'all know how I was saying that, oh, wherever price stops at, I want the retracement and then I'll sell it. That's the exact opposite of what I have for GA. I want to see wherever GA stops at, the retracement, and then I'll get into the retracement and then continuation to the upside. So that's what I have for GA. I'm not going to really talk much about it. Let me see what arbitrage has. I'm pretty sure arbitrage didn't give a play for this. It didn't give a play for that, but on the 4 hour is giving a play. But I would so this is what can happen on RB. But I'd rather price like from this. I'd rather it drop a little lower and then go higher. So either one of those could play out for RB. On the 4 hour, the 1 hour, it gave the buy, but again, it would not have set up the way how it just went bullish like that. It would not have given a setup at all. So that's for GA. Slide on over to GBP, JPY. This sell, man. This sell. I was talking about these sells last week. If you got into these sells, you were able to capitalize off of them. Let's just say from that high to this low, 61.8, I wasn't able to get into that. I got in a little lower. Price ended up falling. Hit that 38.2 extension. Or if you want to talk about this one that I was talking about, that I had mentioned on my live analysis, from that high to this low, price retraced up to the 71%, came to the 38.2 extension. So TP3 hit on those moves. I don't know where the chart was. I know for a fact that I had taken my I know for this trade in particular, I taken my take partials, my take profit down at 1554.472. I was being impatient. It is what it is. Right there. And then off of this play right here, same thing. I got in right here, and then I took my profits right here. But for next wave traders, man, if you stayed in this trade, you should have taken your profits 154.923. Even if you didn't, then you know better. So, but yeah, this was fire on GJ. What I was saying yesterday was that, look, I wanted to see this fall out, which it did nicely. I love seeing that. And now the retracement, wherever the retracement is at, that's where I want to get in. And I was even saying that on the 5 minute, there was some traders, like retail traders, that might have tried to get into this buy at these equal lows, but I'm like, no, don't do it. You're just gonna get stopped out, which of course ended up happening. But I just wanted to, like, I had to illustrate it and let it be known that you don't want to play it that way. So overall, if this is where GJ is stopping, at, then I would love the retracement. Sorry, I don't know why it won't let me grab this fib. There we go. What the heck? Oh, it's locked. Nah, that's funny. So yeah, overall, literally, like the same exact play that I had drawn up, literally is what I want to still see happen. Breakout, retest, come all the way back up to like 156.411, possibly take out these equal highs and come up to 156.597 even. That looks better in my opinion. Still gonna have that there. Gonna take off this zone because it's not needed, quite honestly. And so we'll see what happens on GJ. I like this play on GJ. I'm no longer in this trade zone. It was a very beautiful sell. Very beautiful sell. Arbitrage wise, I'm pretty sure that the 1 hour's not set up yet. Nothing's set up on these time frames. Personally, this 4 hour. Oh my goodness. Daily time frame. Yeah, none of those are solid. So overall, just gonna wait for that retracement on GJ. But again, I'm no longer in GJ at this point. I'm just looking for the retracement and the continuation. So let's see on these lower time frames if they give us. I'm not going to be looking for the small time frame breakout retracement continuation. I'm not going to be looking for that. I'm just waiting for the sells. 4-hour, daily time frame, all that stuff. Price is definitely, well, daily wise, price can still do something like this. Let me actually get rid of this vid real quick. Price can still definitely do something where from this low that it could just come to 151.524. So this is actually a zone that I need to mark off right now, because if I don't, then it'll just be a problem for me. Because serious demand came in, and I can't ignore that. Okay, so that's for GJ. There's nothing, there's no plays at all on arbitrage. So I'm just waiting for this breakout, retest, continuation. EG, oh man. Well, you see, look at that. I didn't even know that it hit take profit TP4. It hit TP4 a couple hours ago. I was not aware because I had taken my profits over here. But beautiful, beautiful trade on EG. And basically, I had mentioned this a couple weeks ago where I said I just want the breakout. So at this point, same thing, literally the same thing with how GJ is. The same thing is with EG. I want to see the retracement. I want to see price retrace back down and then continue to the upside, but that's going to take a while. So like EG, there's nothing for me to say here, except let me just go into arbitrage and see what it looks like. I need to give that update very shortly. All right, so yeah, there's nothing yet on arbitrage. For the higher time frames is basically the 4-hour, 1 hour, all those they've called a buy. And EG, if you would have taken that trade on Sunday, because I had talked about it on Sunday down here, then that's an easy 71 pip move right there, easy money. So with that being said, is there any other pairs that anybody wants me to take a look at? Let me even show the buy. That was a buy right there. All right. Well, if there is no other questions, then thanks guys for hopping onto this analysis. I called out a couple of trades, and let's see what's gonna happen in the market. So far, been a good week. Let's keep the momentum going. Again, don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe if you gain some value from this, and let's make some money, y'all. Later.